Welcome to day 21 of our 40-day meditation journey. I welcome all of you to this evening's meditation session. We will continue our journey as usual together with one of our masters. And today we have the pleasure of meditating together with Jasmine ji. So I will request Jasmine ji to start. Welcome, Jasmine ji.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Thank you.
Just give me one second. I just need to resolve something technical, and we'll just begin in 2 seconds.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shailesh sir. Thank you, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude, first of all, to Shailesh sir for giving me this platform to be a part of this wonderful journey. Thank you so much, and my heartfelt gratitude to Brahm Rishi Patriji for bringing us closer every day to our spiritual evolution and welcoming us in our journey of healing. So without any further ado, let's prepare ourselves for this beautiful journey. Please find yourselves a comfortable corner in your house where you can sit peacefully. Fold your feet, fold your ankles. You can sit in Sukhasana. If you're sitting on a chair or a sofa, please make sure that you cross your feet. Cross your fingers and place your hands lovingly on your lap. If you're wearing any spectacles, please remove them. And close your beautiful eyes softly and gently. Take a deep breath in. And release. Releasing all the worries and all the troubles. Take another deep breath in. And release. Relaxing every muscle in your body. Remembering to keep your spine straight but relaxed. Gently relaxing every cell in your body. Taking one more deep breath in. And releasing the worries away. This is your time for deep relaxation and restoration. Let's begin by imagining as if a beautiful wand with a golden light is starting to enter the toes of your feet. The beautiful feet that carry you everywhere. Feeling the soft sensations in your toes. Rising gently above. And moving up your heels and your ankles. Rising gently in your lower legs and knees. Healing your body with divine energies of restoration. Feel your body supported by the surface beneath you. Giving yourself the permission to let go of doing. And feeling the cascade of emotions and sensations in your body. So that all the mental and physical energies that hold your muscles and tissues can soften, relaxing every cell of your body. And as your muscles soften, bring your loving attention to your abdomen, gently feeling the sensations all around your abdomen. Let the golden light fill your entire body, moving up to your entire back area. Deeply healing every cell of your body. Let the divine energies rise to your chest area. And bring your awareness to your beautiful heart. And let it be filled with divine love and compassion for all around you. Let it remind you of the oneness. All is well in your beautiful, precious life. All is well in every part of your body. Bring your attention to your shoulders. And gently bringing your attention to your neck area. Let the golden light fill every cell of this area. Every molecule be filled with love, kindness, and compassion. Now bring your attention to your beautiful face. Your beautiful eyes. beautiful forehead. Our beautiful mouth. Let us always speak with love and kindness with everyone around us. And let these loving energies travel up the back of your skull area. Travel to your scalp area. Filling your crown chakra with divine golden light. Bringing your loving attention to your ears. Traveling up to your cheeks. Your beautiful nose. Your beautiful face. Relaxing every part of your body. Now imagine the beautiful golden light traveling up your arms, your upper arms, traveling down your lower arms, and traveling to your hands, your beautiful fingers, and residing in your hands. This divine golden light. And let this light fill every part of your body, surrounding you like an orb. The orb of protection, releasing the worries of the world. Now let's take one more deep breath in. Pause for a second and release. And now, my dear gods, my dear masters, my dear soul family, bring your awareness to your tranquil, natural, and beautiful breath. On the wings of the music, breathing in and out. Feel the breath moving through your nostrils and move out from your nostrils. watching your loving breath like a witness, like a gatekeeper. I am home. All that I need is within me. I am divine. Let your thoughts pass you by. Like the birds that fly. Stay with your breath. Let thoughts trouble you. See them and let them go. Release the thoughts. And come back to your beautiful breath. Stay with your breath. Let your breath be your guide. On the wings of the music, let it flow like a river. Let it flow like an ocean. Stay with your breath. There is nothing you need to know or to do. practice this technique of deep restoration and healing. Keep your focus on your breath. Like the pristine waters in a divine ocean. Let your breath flow. No chanting, no mantra, just your beautiful breath. Flowing through your nostrils. Filling your body with divine energies. Stay with your breath. Diving deep, becoming one with your breath. the flow of the river. The breath of life. Flow with your breath. Feel your gentle breath. Coming in and out. Stay with your natural breath. With every breath, I transcend. With every breath, I'm one with the universe. I call upon our higher selves, and all the divine masters. Join us in this beautiful meditation. Stay with your breath. with your divine breath. I am love. I am divine. Everything I need is within me. Stay with your breath. I am fearless. I am strength. I am courageous. All is well in my world. Stay with your breath. Gently flowing with the waters. Let the muscles in your body soften Stay with your breath. Relax completely. Stay with your breath. Let your breath be your anchor. Slow, flow with your breath. let your thoughts pass you by. Like the clouds in the sky. And bring your attention to your breath. And now, my dear soul family, let us take a moment to fill our hearts with gratitude. Gratitude for the Mother Earth, for the plant kingdom, gratitude for the animal kingdom, gratitude to everything around us, gratitude for this moment of bliss. Gratitude for everything. Gratitude for our parents, for our families, for our loved ones, for our divine masters. Gratitude to Brahma Rishi Patriji for bringing us and showing us the true path to liberation and freedom. Gratitude to every master in this beautiful meditation. My heartfelt gratitude to all of you. Now gently and slowly start to feel the sensations in your feet, gently moving the toes, gently moving the fingers of your hands, opening your palms, bringing them and placing them on your beautiful eyes. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Open your eyes with a beautiful smile in your palms and come back. Welcome back, my beautiful soul family. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Shalish sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for a very beautiful, peaceful, and loving meditation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Forever grateful to you.
Such beautiful affirmations you brought in, such beautiful knowledge, everything together. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I am blessed.
And you see, we have in the comments, Riddhiji is saying magical voice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm
Beautiful.
finally putting my skills to good use. I'm happy about that.
Excellent. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. So you can continue with your topic as well?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to share my screen, sir. So like when I'm going to share my presentation, let me just see if I can just share my presentation, or how do I do that?
If it is in a PowerPoint, you can share the PowerPoint directly.
Yes, sir. It's in a PowerPoint, yes.
Yeah, so if you go to share screen.
Sorry, yeah.
And then the first icon in share screen, advanced tab, go to advanced tab. And the first icon there on the left top is PowerPoint as virtual background.
Yes, so it says advanced sharing options. So I'm sorry, I'm just gonna, I say start sharing screen will stop other participants' computer sound share.
That's okay. That's
sorry,
okay.
so I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I got confused. I've been dealing with so many, I've been working on Teams, and then sorry about that.
No problem.
Here we go. So let's see. Oh yeah, sorry about that. I get it now. So I'm just gonna share. Here we go. All right.
Perfect.
And
yeah.
So I'll do is I will make this. Yeah. So hello everyone. I'm just gonna coming back from the meditation. So right. So today, welcome once again, everyone, to this beautiful, beautiful journey. And today we have a beautiful topic: attachment and detachment. Right. So let me take this here. I'm going to close my video for a few seconds. Just bear with me, please. All right, so we have this beautiful topic today: attachment and detachment. Now, I know that this is something that everyone is probably interested in thinking about, right? This has been a wonderful opportunity for me to reflect on my own journey. So thank you so much, Shalish sir, for this opportunity. So we have been talking about so many insightful topics, each one bringing us closer to the next, right? And this is another step to our spiritual evolution, guiding us to lead a fulfilling life here and beyond. So I would like to start with this beautiful quote by Lord Buddha: "The root of all suffering is attachment." Now, this phrase carries a deep and profound meaning, right? So today we will try to understand why Lord Buddha spoke about these words, right? So what do we mean by attachment? Let's try to understand that. What is attachment, right? To be attached to something means that you believe that you cannot do without someone or something, and that you might feel that your life will be compromised without that person, place, or possession, and that you will be unable to realize the impermanence. You're unable to realize the impermanence of all things, physical and non-physical, right? So this means that it's your inability to understand that everything around us is actually temporary, right? It's not permanent. And it's the intense desire to hold on to things or people or possessions. Yeah. This is what we call as attachment in simple words. Okay. Now, what we need to understand here, right, is that our innate truth. What is our innate truth? Our original home is the spiritual realm. And the common misconception that we all think about is that we are human beings here to have a spiritual experience. Whereas we are in fact soul beings here to have a human experience, right? We are here on this earth plane to experience life on this earth plane. Yeah. And that is when we find ourselves surrounded by this uneasiness, right? You will notice that you're attached to so many things. You're attached to people, you're attached to places, you're attached to things, but this never really brings you a permanent happiness. And this is the reason why it does not bring you the permanent happiness. It's because everything around us is temporary, right? So let's understand and move forward about why do we incarnate or we reincarnate, right? Reincarnation is another subject, but first of all, why do we come to planet Earth? We come to planet Earth, first of all, for our spiritual evolution. Every soul incarnates on Earth for the purpose of evolution, because Earth is like a big school where our soul graduates. And how? By learning the lessons of life. But our true home remains the spiritual realm or the kingdom, the spiritual kingdom. Why? Because there we have only one beautiful emotion, that of unconditional love and oneness. And when the soul incarnates in the human body on earth, it finds itself surrounded by something called duality. Why do we need duality? We need duality because duality, in philosophical terms, it comes from the term dualism. It means that there are always two aspects or complementary opposite within the whole. Everything has a complementary opposite within the whole. In other words, everything has two aspects to it. And we need to experience both the aspects, both the good and the bad, both the light and the day, both the happiness and sadness, to be able to truly evolve and progress in our conscious journey of our consciousness, right? So on this three-dimensional earth plane, the soul evolves by experiencing duality or by experiencing both aspects of things, right? So duality is essential for our spiritual evolution. And this is difficult to acknowledge, but it's important that we do that so that we can understand what attachment really is. Why do we really get attached? What happens? When a soul incarnates into the human body in the form of a child, for instance, until the age of 5, the soul remains connected to the spiritual world. But till that age, a child's intellect hasn't developed enough to be able to express its connectivity with the spiritual world. And that's when the child is evolving, right? But the child crosses the age of 5. The moment the child crosses the age of 5, gradually it's the mind that takes over. So being exposed to social conditioning, the conditioning by the external environment, right? So child develops his social mind. And when we talk about conditioning, this involves child's external environment on the earthly plane, the conditioning he receives from his family, from the society, from the school, from the social media, from the religion he's brought up in, from the nation he was born in, right? So the soul is exposed to all kinds of external environments that impact and lock him or imprison him in the idea that we call as Maya or illusion. Our real entity, the fact that we are first and foremost souled beings, gets lost somewhere in the illusion of the material and physical world. The physical world encompasses of lower emotions such as anger, arrogance, lust, pride, etc. All of these things. And all of these things are a product of the worldly illusions. So beyond the age of 5, a child develops a sense of self, what we call as the ego. In philosophical terms, ego is the conscious thinking subject. And if we understand psychoanalysis, we will understand that ego is that part of our human personality which is experienced as the self or the I, right? And that defines itself or acts and reacts in relation to the physical surroundings or its social environment. So what we really need to understand here is that the realization of self as the I, the realization of the self or the I is actually what we call as the ego. For instance, my name is David, I'm 25 years old, I'm an engineer by profession. We define ourselves in relation to what we have, the name we have been given, the age we have, the profession we're pursuing, the city or the country we were born in, the religion in which we were brought up, the family who brought us up, the school we went to. So everything in relation to our physical world is how we define ourselves. All attachments stem from ego. We get attached to everything. We get attached to persons, our pets, places we have been to, places we were born in, missions, goals, our habits, material things, dreams, social status. In other words, all our attachments come from ego. But remember that often attachments bring a temporary sense of identity and temporary sense of security, isn't it? So let's understand, how do attachments impact us? Coming back to the beautiful quote by Lord Buddha, the root of all suffering is attachment. Why does Buddha say that? The root of all suffering is attachment. Let's take an example. We all know that mental fatigue and burnout, all of these things are nothing but the epidemic of the century, right? These days, the brightest of brains who have immense energy and passion find themselves exhausted in their lives, plagued by anxiety. This is because often people attach themselves and their abilities to be happy on a desired outcome, only to find themselves disappointed in the end when the outcome does not turn out to be as they expected. So expectations and attachments to outcomes is a direct route to disappointments in life. So what happens when we don't understand the impermanence of all things around us, or when we get attached to anything or anyone around us? What we do is we essentially close ourselves in restricted boundaries. We lock ourselves in prisons. We keep ourselves and our consciousness from progression. So with attachments, we cannot be free because all attachments come with an emotional charge. We feel incomplete without them. And this creates all kinds of lower emotions such as fear, anxiety, anger, helplessness, hopelessness, sadness, which in turn is the root cause of all kinds of dis-ease. So what can we do to free ourselves from this bondage? Understand the concept of detachment and practice it. How do we combat attachment? Understand that detachment reveals the great paradox of life. It means that we have to recognize that genuine source of happiness and security is in living your true self, living as your true self. What does this mean? True detachment allows for deep evolvement because of the lack of attachment to outcomes. Please remember that there's nothing wrong in having goals or objectives. But goals and objectives are not the ultimate destination. Those outcomes you are expecting and attaching yourself to are not the ultimate destinations. What matters is your journey. We need to understand how to practice detachment in our lives. The best way to do is by meditation, by meditating, observing your mind, observing your thoughts, and freeing your mind from your thoughts, bringing your focus to your breath, understanding that nothing in this world is permanent, and that your self-worth is not defined by people, places, material things, possessions, even your goals. Your goals drive you. Your goals are important because they drive you. They keep you going. But the outcomes could be different. And you have to embrace your outcomes, because each outcome, which is unexpected, will open doors to newer goals, newer adventures. Why? Because you are a souled being here to have a human experience. You're simply here to acquire human experience. And when we meditate and bring our awareness to our breath, we detach ourselves from unnecessary thoughts and attachments. Meditate every day to discover your true self, to start living your true life. Hone and polish your latent skills. Keeping yourself busy in creative pursuits will help you stay away from worldly worries, because you will know that worldly worries are only temporary. Why do we say that we're nothing but a drop of water in a huge ocean? Don't take yourself too seriously. Dance, sing, paint, do things that bring you happiness. And introspect. Remember to always introspect. Introspect before getting attached to any habit, good or bad. Understand if the attachment to any particular habit is worth your while or not. Spend your time in inculcating habits that connect you with your spiritual self. Do gardening if you like. Connect with nature. Go for hiking, go for walking. Discover nature. Read the right spiritual books to help you evolve your consciousness. And remember to flow like a river. When you begin living a life that starts with happiness from an internal place, rather than attaching your ability to be happy based on external conditions and circumstances, then you have understood the true meaning of detachment. And that's all I'm going to say here. I would like to live a life like a river flows, carried by the surprise of its own unfolding. Thank you, everyone, for your kind listening. And I'm going to open the floor now to questions or any discussion. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Shailesh sir, for giving me the beautiful opportunity to speak on this topic, to conduct my research and open my mind to possibilities. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. You got really a very good information, good knowledge in front of all of us. And that's wonderful. Thank you so much for bringing it up.
Thank you, sir.
So many aspects related to attachment that you have brought up are very important for everyone to become aware of. All these sessions that we are doing is only to develop awareness towards things that affect us on a day-to-day basis. And attachment is a very important one, right? And like you mentioned the quote from Buddha, attachment is the root of all suffering. And you also clarified that attachment comes from ego. Ego means your sense of identification with the body. Our sense of ego is what? Ego is our sense of identifying the body as me. And then all that identification is dependent on external things. My status depends on what I have. And that causes me to stick to what I have. So the more I have, the better my status. So the whole thing is identification. My identity is dependent on things outside, and that is the cause of suffering. Why? Because now I am so much bound by those things that if I leave them, I will lose my identity, my status. And that's because of that fear, people don't release, people don't let go, right? And that's the issue of attachment. So basically, the ego defines me and everyone else. That's the first thing that ego does, is it separates me from everything else. And that separation causes external things to be needed for me to be compared with. That's why attachment remains. So understanding attachment, or in simple terms, their attachment means two things, two individual forms coming together and joining, but still maintaining their own identity, is called attachment, right? You have a piece of paper, another piece of paper, you staple them together, you have attached them. Both the papers remain intact as they were. They've just come together. So attachment is always external. You do not change. What got attached to you does not change. Just both of you remain together, tying with each other. And that tying is the bond. And that bond is what keeps us from moving forward. It holds us in place. Wherever we are, we remain held. And sometimes our ego makes us feel good about that. I want to remain the prime minister of this country. I will hang on to that chair forever, right? So that bond is what keeps me from progressing further. I will never be able to become beyond that. That's the problem of attachment. And then another very important thing is detachment. Detachment is a very large subject, very big topic. How do we get detached? We have to understand the process of attachment in detail, and then work on, I would say, intelligently work on the detachment part of it. But you will, in general, let me just tell you that you all must have noticed, all those people whom we call as the real gurus, the Sadgurus, like Patriji and people of that level, that kind of level, they did not have any attachment with anyone or anything around them. However, everyone else around them felt attached to them. This is a very important thing to understand. Very, very important. So attachment could be one-sided as well. We were attached to Patriji, he was not attached to us. So what happens when we start evolving, when we start coming out of these mental constructs, I call them mind. So when we start coming out of the mind, we begin to become the difficult to express, and you become love. Actually, that's what you become. You radiate love all the time, because then you are in oneness. For you, nothing is separate from you. So when you are in that state, what happens? Everything is included in you. You don't need to be attached to anyone anyway, because they are not external to you anymore. That's why they don't have attachments, because they know that everything is me. So they don't have to attach to anything. Whereas that state of radiating love is what attracts everyone else towards them, and they feel love to them. That feeling of attachment in others comes from their sense of need. Right? So this is so important. Most of these people who are spiritually progressed, they begin to lose their attachment automatically, naturally. That's a very natural process. They don't have to do anything about it. It's just their inner changes that inside they begin to feel that difference. And then their sense of grabbing onto something so that I don't sink, that goes away. That need is not there anymore. They don't have to grab onto. And the one thing that creates attachments is me and mine. The moment you drop that me and mine, attachment is gone. Just let me give you an example. There's a couple, after a lot of struggle, they now have a child. Right? As the child is growing, they are so attached to the child. They got the child after so much wishing and praying and whatnot. Now, that mother doesn't want to leave the child anymore. Like, she won't leave the child even for a minute. Right? And then somebody visits them and they say that this child that you have is actually not your child. This is a child that was donated by a mother who was dying, and he was brought to you. Now, think about that thing. So far, this mother is thinking, this is mine, my child. And now somebody declares that this is not your child. That attachment suddenly vanishes completely. The child is the same, mother is the same. Only that thing that was causing her to feel that attachment was mine. Right? If something happens to my child, I'm so worried. But if something of the same nature happens to my neighbor's child, I don't have any stress at all. Why? Because there is that my child there, my wife, my husband, my parents, my house, my car. All these attachment with external world is because of that one word called my. And you will see that wherever that my is not there, you will have no attachment. You will have no problem releasing it. Anytime, yes. You ask me to donate Taj Mahal today, I can very easily do it. I will donate Taj Mahal to anyone. Right? Because it is not mine anyway. Right? That's the difference. So that my thing is what creates the attachment. And then we develop that inner feeling, which is again a mental thing, that I cannot live without this because it is mine. So I cannot be without. And that without not being able to be without causes that fear. And that fear causes me to grab onto it. Come what may, I will not release it. That's the problem of attachment. So I hope we have gone through this thing. Yes, Jasmine.
Thank you so much, sir. You've beautifully elaborated this. Thank you for sharing this example, because I remember years ago, a few years ago, like I used to have this thing. Oh, I get this, so much love from my parents, but when I meet, some of my aunts, I don't feel the same kind of love. And you elaborated it so well, right? As long as it's your child, I love everyone and I get a lot of love for them. I don't see them this way anymore because I have evolved as well. And I know things have changed as well, but this was years ago.
Yes.
Right. But I understand that journey now.
Yes.
And the fact that when you truly love people, when you're in oneness, you don't distinguish your child or somebody else's child. The child is a child. Everyone is wonderful. Everyone is beautiful. Yes. You don't make that distinction, and thank you so much. This is so beautiful. I had to do some thinking, and I hope I haven't disappointed anybody with a very short presentation, and I try to make it very succinct. But there's so much more to this topic, and
Yes.
would love to discuss further in your sessions. Probably we
Yes.
should have a session just on this topic, because it is so important for all of us.
Yes.
That we can evolve and we can help others evolve as well.
Absolutely. It is there in the list. Kunjalji wants to hear more about how to
Yes.
get detached. So we will discuss that in our
Yes.
list of questions. This is there. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, we will talk about it. Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Anything else somebody would like to talk about? Any questions or clarity? I think this is straightforward, fairly straightforward. Yeah. So when you begin to see that you are not feeling need for many things, that is a sure short sign that you are now detaching. And remember, detaching doesn't mean running away. There's a very big difference. So if you have, like, this is you and this is your wife, you can continue to live a beautiful, loving life without being attached to each other, without being possessive of each other. Give the freedom and space to each other, and that comes only from real love. You can still have a beautiful, loving relationship without being attached. That's what is important to understand. So detachment doesn't mean shunning away from the world or running away from the world, escaping to Himalayas, nothing like that. In the same very world, in the same very situation, you can stay detached. And the biggest thing that helps you in being detached is non-interference. Understanding like I talked about yesterday. It's a very important thing to understand. It helps us remain detached. Yeah. So, yeah, there is a lot that we can actually, all these things are connected with each other. The things that we have been talking every day, little bit at a time, they connect with each other. They relate to each other. And once you have gone through all of them, you will be able to make a comprehensive picture. Okay, now this is, I understand. That's what. And towards the end of this program, I will sum it up. I will bring everything together in one session itself.
That is so true, sir. Each topic is actually leading to the other.
Yes.
I noticed that when I was preparing. I was like, oh my God, every topic is leading to the other. So you very wisely, ordered the topics.
Yes.
You've very wisely created the order of the topics. So thank you so much for that.
Wonderful. Yeah. It is, yeah, we have to gradually develop our understanding, and not creating, a very heavy burden on the head. Oh my God, what am I going to be doing with all this, right? Simplified knowledge in little chunks relating to practical life, day-to-day life, helps us grow. That is how we can grow without being burdened on, bombarded with jargon and things like that. That's what my objective is. Communicate things in the easiest way, with practical relationship to life, because that's the purpose. Thank you. Yeah. Suggest some good books. Yeah, the first book that anybody would ask me, I will recommend them to read, Tarunji, is the Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramhansa Yoganandji. It is available in English as well as in Hindi, and actually in many languages. In Hindi, it is called Yogi Kathamrit. So whatever is comfortable for you. Also, this book is available as audios in YouTube, where they actually in the visual, they show the text of the book, and and then they speak, they read through that. So it's like as an audio book. It's available chapter wise in several chapters. It is a very, very good book which gives you through a story and examples how things happen in this universe, including the spirit world, knowledge of the spirit world, how things happen there. That is in chapter 43 of this book. That is the most important chapter of that book. But go through the whole book, understand that. I mean, like you can actually do, if you do the audio book. That's how I did the first time. Then I read through it. But first, when I did was I just went through the YouTube videos. So there's that audiobook available in YouTube. And yeah, that's a very good starting point. And then learning beyond about metaphysical aspects of our existence through several books on spiritual side of things. The journey of a soul. Yesterday I mentioned about your soul's plan. That your soul's plan is about why do souls take difficult lives? What is the reason behind? Those things are explained in that. Journey of a Soul is a very easy read. It tells you in simple terms. This Journey of a Soul is by Dr. Michael Newton. So these books are pretty good. There are lots of books. There's no dearth of books that you can, depending on what side of spiritual aspects you want to understand. But my recommendation is keep it simple. Don't complicate it with too many things. Too much information is also not helpful.
Yes, sir. Actually, that's a very wise advice. Thank you so much, sir. I also want to add, there is a beautiful book called The Luminous Landscape of the Afterlife. It's by Matthew McKay. And it's actually a very easy read. So that also talks about the journey of the soul.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful book. So I would recommend, once you read, go through the initial books that you've mentioned. You can always explore this one as well. I'll write the name in the chat. Thank you so much, sir.
And all these books that we are talking about, they are available as PDFs. I can share a link and you can download from there. I have my own library of ebooks. There are a very large collection of books there. I read, and that's why I keep them there. So pretty much any book that you think of should be there. Most of them. I keep adding to it. Whenever I come across a new book, I always add to it. So I can share a link and all of you can download from there. Anybody who's interested can download. Yeah. Sometimes there are books that I like a lot, but with my glasses, I find it difficult to read because of the way the text is. So usually many books, what I have done is I have taken out the text from the book and created large font versions of some of the books. So that I can read on the phone or something to make it easy. Yeah. We will gradually increase the complexity of knowledge, but it is only to satisfy the intellectual interest of people. The things that we are going to talk in these 40 days, these simple things, they are good enough for us to progress beautifully on spiritual path. We don't need to really complicate anything. But if you are so inclined, intellectually inclined, there is plenty more we can talk about. There is deeper, much deeper knowledge that can be talked about. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Masters. Thank you. It's quite a long time. I've overshot the time today. Wonderful. Thank you for your patience listening to me. And thanks a lot, Jasmine ji. Beautiful meditation and a wonderful session that you have given to all of us tonight.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Dimple ji wants to say something. Yes, please unmute and talk. Dimple ji, you can unmute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry, yeah, you are not allowing me to unmute. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Can you please tell me the name in Hindi again? What was
The autobiography of a yogi. In
yes,
Hindi, it is called Yogi Kathamrit.
Yogi Kathamrit. Okay, so
Yeah.
if we type in YouTube, it will come up.
Yeah. Even if you type autobiography of a yogi audiobook, it will come. It is in YouTube. You will see in Hindi, in English, in both the languages you will find.
Okay,
There are so many of them. Yeah.
Okay, because I don't have time with my little one, so
Yeah.
the time to read. So yeah, that's
yes.
why.
The good thing is, you can do chapter by chapter, right? It has got something like 50 some chapters, and you can do one chapter at a time. So maybe over 2 months you can complete the book.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. All right.
Thank
You,
you.
Masters. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Good night. Have a restful sleep. Thank you.